after this. Banks Bush has given me a few headaches and I need a break from it. It has made me rage quit once or twice. The game mechanics can be a real nightmare at times. So the style that I build is 300 by 200 blocks. It gives you maximum density. That's for the grids, and I always start with grids. From about here up, it will be all grids for all. And I already planned the railway line and the public transport system. So there will be a railway station here, and it's going to follow the main road here. We're going to bend it around, and then we'll have a dissecting one that starts to branch off this way and heads towards that back corner. So when you do build a city, you got to have some sort of plan in mind. Monorail will run up here, just a direct line, and that will do both the industrial and the housing that's going to go here. So you've got to plan ahead. I'm going to try not to use any roundabouts in this build. I'm going to rely on traffic lights and see how far we can get in the game by using that method. Now we want to put the stink bin over here, and of course whenever you do something, this game will always destroy your power lines for one reason or another. Yes, I built in the middle of that one, but there was no reason that one shouldn't have been connected, but the game is what it is, and whatever. It's a frustrating game, but if you build right, then you give yourself every opportunity to somewhat succeed. I find my builds are good up until the 50,000-60,000 mark, and then it just turns to crap time and time and time again. I've gotten about 15 cities to maximum megapolis, but I don't see that as beating the game. I just see that as that's as far as I could get before traffic completely annihilated my build. Not real enthusiastic about all of that, but can't do anything about it, and it is what it is. So traffic is what this game is about. Traffic and people management. Transport management, people management. Your building is third to all of that, if not fourth. So keep that in mind and everything will be fine. So we're basically going to use a large rectangle for commercial industry inside there. All that is going to be commercial, with housing on this side, and keep the industrial on that side. We will be using the farm down here as part of industry, and that's why I'm going to bring the train back around. I'm planning on putting the cargo hub around here somewhere on this side. I do want to open up, and there's not great building area over there, but that lake is a good water feature, as well as across the river here, so I can utilise the ferry system. That's pretty good for a lot of building area over there, and it also has oil, ore, mining and forestry. I mean, you can put forestry anywhere that you want, really. You just plant trees in the area that you want forestry, and lo and behold, you have forestry. I always leave a building gap, as you can see here. I leave a gap between all roads that run with direct connections to in and out. I do that so that no front doors will be on these roads, and except for this back line here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and that's the back, so you can build on each side of that road there. But if this industry went out another 40, 50 blocks, I would always keep a gap on every street that runs parallel to the adjoining street, and that will stop any trucks or service vehicles having to stop on these thoroughfare roads. It also allows you, if you need to, it also allows you to widen the road without destroying any buildings. It's just the right size. So a little tip there. That's our only collector that's going to run up. This will just be a standard road. Like I said, I am going to try not to use any roundabouts whatsoever. Anyone who's followed my series knows that I'm the roundabout king. I have roundabouts upon roundabouts upon roundabouts, and it really makes traffic flow well. But I find once you hit about 30,000 population, roundabouts are no longer, well, they don't work anymore because there's too much traffic and the Sims don't know how to use roundabouts. So you're best off with traffic lights, in my opinion. That's what I've found anyway. So agree or disagree, it's entirely your prerogative. Housing would just be standard. There won't be any. There will be a monorail that runs down here as well. So as you can see, what we do. This one was a little bit longer, but so I'm just going to mask this one. But that one comes out 320. It should have been 300, but we're going to keep it 320, and just your standard 200 across. I don't know why I did that. I really don't. But now we come out. What the hell? 200, and that should be 300. These here, 300. Okay, 200 in. 300 up, 200 in. 300 up, 200 in. And that will give you maximum density. Hopefully we won't have to touch these lines again. I'm leaving this area bare. I want to put a shopping centre, something here nice for the foreshore, probably a shopping centre, so I'm no longer going to build any further. I need a nice little gap there. I could even put the railway and run it along here, but I've done that before. So I'm going to try the railway line here when we eventually get there and follow on this side of the road. We're going to curve that around and go down, and then we're going to branch one off that goes on a 45 back. So we're going to try and split the traffic up. And like I said, I'm going to try not to use roundabouts in this build at all, and just going to try not to. They, like I said, they work up until around the 35,000 mark, and then they just don't work anymore. And for some reason this is misbehaving, and I don't know why. It's just mirroring. This one's 320. Okay, and this one will also be 320, this first row. So it's just a simple grid to start. Grids are viable for a good start in this game. Okay, don't worry about this. There's, you know what, there's 1,200 people in this town. I reckon they all know each other and they know who the thieves are. Break their fucking fingers, right? Simple. Okay, there's no need to go spending money on police stations and stuff early on in the game. It's an expense that you don't need straight up. What you do need is to continue building. So we're going to stick to the grid of 300. Fucking go. It does this a lot. So 300 by 200. And gives you the perfect grid. So probably for the most part, the first tile is generally very gritty. That's how you get a good start in the game, is grids. So and there we go. So we got two sides of I've probably put way too much down there. If I don't get rid of some of it, then they'll winch they can't get workers. So we'll just take this off them. And we'll just extend here while the robbers run around and cause havoc. 1, 2, 3. Another connection there. Fuck's sake. So then after doing that, I'll take the inner line out and always keep each side of the road free. That way this back line doesn't matter. Alright, so the back line's really not that important, but you don't want any doors facing the entry and exit roads. You don't want any deliveries happening on these streets here, otherwise you're going to end up with traffic jams everywhere. Now this back line, the very back line where you're not going to build any further out, you can, without any dramas, have deliveries. Is there one? Look, there's a delivery door there. So we'll get vans and that stopping here, coming in and out here, but it doesn't matter. It's on the back line. But if we had another one and another one, like a couple of more blocks here, you certainly don't want vehicles delivering in and out here. It just chokes up. So that's why I take away their entry points to the side streets. Yeah, like I said, it also gives you room if you wanted to upgrade. It's the perfect size without destroying any buildings. So, but then these buildings can have a tendency to move their doors around. Stop whinging. Look at these people whinge. I don't care if they're unhappy. I don't care. I got building to do, and you can wait for your police. I don't care. I don't care. I'll be holding off police until our first fire, and then that's when I'll take some course of action. What we will do is, you can get away in the beginning of the game 14% tax. You'll get that for a few in-game weeks, and then you'll drop it to 13, whereas if you started at 13 you drop it to 12, so I'm getting an extra 4% out of them. I always drop my road to 50 and I leave everything else at 100. I never touch it. I see other YouTubers that muck around all the time, dropping their power and water up and down. You know what, the 20 or 30 bucks you might save, whoop-de-doo, you know, just leave it, just leave it at 100. It runs at full capacity. You know, and there's no problem with it. Just let it run at its full capacity. I think we will just collect through here and give these guys that one there needs one too, but as for the rest of it, no. That's it. That's our collector that runs up and services all here, and our collector stops there. No need for traffic lights yet. I'm going to stay away from roundabouts, so I don't want to use roundabouts in this build at all. Look at them whinging. Whinge, fucking whinge. Look at them. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And they want to little bit more of this. So we'll give them that block there. And we'll get some water down. When it comes to water, 460. Obviously not what I'm doing here. But 460 across. Every connection between here is 460. When I start a new city, I do that because if you go putting them under the roads in the very beginning, you won't build too quick. And I get impatient with a new build. I just want to get on with it. I just want to get the build underway without having to Nancy around later when I've got $1 million and making $1 million in the week. I can then dig all the pipes up and put them under the road and be all special if I want to, but I have no desire to run water lines under the roads and be all finicky like that. I just want to get the bloody game started. It takes forever to get it going as it is, you know. So yeah, we'll fill in a bit more here. We're gonna try, because they're gonna want more industry. I'm not too sure how much further we can go here, but this will be the end of the industry run. The next bit of industry I build will be maybe that one's a bit close. I'm not sure if that'll be able to be upgraded. Let's have a look. I know we can. No worries. Yeah. So, I mean, the game's meant for fun. It's nothing like real life, so don't treat it like real life. If you just treat it for what it is, it's a game. For fuck's sake. And it shits me to tears. But it's a game, and treat it as a game. If you try and treat it like real life, the game mechanics don't allow for real life. So yeah, you can't defend yourself, fuck off out of my city. I only want strong people in my city. You fucking shit cunts. We'll get coppers here. And we'll get fireys here. And we'll give these retards some education. We'll put a little park here. There we go. Now we'll give them a school there. Alright, we've got our bin up here out of the way, which will do for now. I'm going to stay away from sealed roads for now anyway, except for this one, until I start making a good wad of money per week, which is not for a while, so we'll be keeping dirt roads for quite a while. Yeah, cops are coming to you, people. Pull your heads in, alright? Okay. If you can't defend your own property, fuck off. It's just that simple. Try and break into my house, you won't leave it alive. I guarantee it. The moment you decide to break into my home is the moment you choose to suicide. Alright. So power's out of the way and it's out of the city. Nothing will stop my power plants receiving the oil or the ore that they need. When you go putting them in amongst your industrial area, you'll find that the game will choke the traffic up, starve your power, depending on how your road system is. You'll end up in all sorts of trouble. I'm not upgrading game, alright? I'm not trying to upgrade, you fuckhead. guess it should be back one more, shouldn't it? Right there. Alright, so that's pretty much, these guys will service this industry and these guys. Now we're going to build along here. I'm going to leave this whole block free for later building, the high dense stuff. We're going to utilise this farm. And yeah. And I also would like to bring a dissecting road that's going to branch out that way to break the traffic up, because obviously from here these will be servicing over there. Just the one connection will probably come off here and go up and service that road up there. So it's just out of curiosity. I'm just going to put that there and see how the traffic behaves. See if it causes any grief. I think we'll put a high school down now. We've got enough money. I better put a park there first. It would be nice to put a basketball court next to the high school. And we should have just enough money to do that now. So we'll go ahead and place that. So now we have 2 levels of education. Sims are happy. They've got plenty of work and they've got plenty of commercial. I'll just finish building the rest of this commercial out here. And I'm going to D-zone the very... No, I'm not. Maybe I will. I'll D-zone the very, very front drive, because I don't want anything interrupting the flow. This will become an arterial road, which is a 6-lane road. I don't want anything built on this, directly on this road, because I want it to be free flowing. Now, this intersection here is different. It's basically a roundabout to service both sides of the commercial industry there. So you really shouldn't never do this. And I may chop that off there and cut a road back through here and just sort of maybe join this back up here, put heavy traffic ban through this way, so the service vehicles will have to come down and do a U-turn and head back up and out that way. So yeah, we shall see what happens. Mind you, I think it'd be wise to drop that in there and drop that in there, just because I know how this game behaves. If you funnel traffic, it will go to the weakest funnel point and all traffic will converge on that area, and it will just ruin your city before you get it built. It does it every time. Time and time again. So it's nothing like real life. Don't treat it like it's real life and you'll probably succeed in the game. If you go treating it like it's real life and go zoning and everything as if it was real life, you're probably going to fail. Let's bring him out a bit. I only want to go 4 because that's the maximum build size. These guys won't get any more industry now. This is their maximum. There'll be no more. That's the end of it. And it's quite a substantial industry zone. It's going to take a lot of traffic in and out of there, and I have an exit road for them here to get straight back out. Why would they be parked all the way up here? You know, what a shit game. Fair income. It really annoys me, this game. It annoys the shit out of me, to be perfectly honest. That's a 2-lane highway. That's no good to me. Well, it is actually, isn't it? There we go. We're just going to keep it an arterial road for now. 2 lanes in, 2 lanes out. That there should be upgraded to 4 lanes, but it's such a tiny little distance, it doesn't really matter. But generally, road hierarchy would say 2 lanes and 2 lanes converging. This probably should be a 1 lane. I might actually do that, you know. Why not? Let's keep the road hierarchy rule. So that gives us 1 lane each way, and 1 lane out meets the 2. That makes 3 lanes. There's 3 lanes there. So that's how you do it. Every time 1 lane leaves, you drop the lanes down by 1. Every time a lane joins, you raise the lane by 1. And if you keep that method, no matter how stupid it looks and how unrealistic it looks, if you keep that method, you'll keep traffic in this game at bay to a certain degree, for the most part, but not always. We're going to come out 11. We're going to go across 300. Then we come up by 200. You fucking prick. I hate how this game does this, eh? It annoys you. It's a cunt, period. It's a dead set cunt, this game. So we're running the rail line future plan. Railway line will be running along this side and be following this collector road, which will be an arterial road. So anything I build off to the left is either going to have to go under or over bridged or deal with a railroad crossing. So they're whinging about the high tax rate right now, and there's been a couple of deaths. So we're going to put a cemetery here, right next to the high school, eh? Probably not the wisest place. We'll get one right here in the centre. And if that building's got to go, then that building's got to go. So this little area is fully serviced by a little police station, a little fire station, elementary school and a high school. And that's all it needs. And it has a cemetery and it has its rubbish bin. And that's it. If you keep them in blocks and then move on and do your next blocks, well, you probably won't have too much trouble. We've just bought this tile here, opens up the rail. I want to then move this road and bring it back in towards this corner here, so that this will be my rail connection in this ore area. So that's the plan anyhow. We'll see if it comes to fruition or not. Okay, they're in the red, so we're going to adjust our interest rate. Now I'd be dropping it down to 12 right now if I hadn't started on 14. This will keep them happy straight away. As long as they see it drop down by 1%, they're happy. And now I'm getting 13% out of them, which most people would have only gotten 12% now. So in the very beginning of this game, it's crucial for every cent. Like, seriously crucial. Every cent is crucial. We want to leave this free. 300 by 200, perfect block. Now I know that this road widens out behind me down to here, so we'll start to probably branch it out from back here a little bit. I'll get another row of 300 in. We'll bring this down and we'll probably start our curve. So the rail's gonna pick up, swing around, and then we're going to have a dissecting rail through here that's going to be for industry, farming and forestry. I mean, you shouldn't never really put it in the middle of the city, but this is what I'm going to try in this build. is the rail cargo hub in there, right next to the farm there. It's cutting a bit fine there, so I think we'll do it here. And now we'll just bend that around, and that should give us a little bit of leeway through there. You never know. You can plan as much as you want on how you want to build, but the game will dictate pretty much how you build and when and why to build it. So they want more housing, these people. These will be farmers. And this settlement here is for the farm village that's going to go in over here. Now I just continue this line down, and it'll do us, and we'll branch it off 460 across from here. That gives us maximum coverage. I don't really care about putting pipes under roads and whatnot. Right, that's just how I play. What I look for is efficiency, especially the early start of this build. Efficiency is the key to success. We're going to leave that there already. The game probably won't build in there. It'll build as far away as it possibly can, just so it makes me spend money. It's what this game does. It's a shit game. It really is. It's enjoyable for a short time, and then you get to realise the mechanics of it, and it gets rather frustrating. Well, you want to have equal distances here. We'll take that one off, and we'll give it one more. There we go. We're gonna run commercial through here. That's probably way too much commercial to start with. That will do us for now. That's my dog coughing and choking and whatnot. Can't do anything about it, people, so don't think I'm a bad dog owner. He's old and he should have been dead a long time ago, but I kept him going. And as you can tell, he's not got a long way. He hasn't got a lot of life left in him. Right, when you put your cemeteries down, be careful, because once they're down, and there's no going back. It takes a long time to empty them. This fucking game making me spend money. Fucking piece of shit game. Fuck off. Needs workers. I used to just go through and delete all these icons every time they come up. I just couldn't give a fuck anymore. The game just annoys the shit out of me. No matter how perfect you build, no matter how many cemeteries and graveyards you got down, no matter how many rubbish bins you got, the game will always whinge and moan about something. What, you can't get fucking power there, cunt? Here, you fucking shit cunt. You got power now, you fucking idiots. Fuck this game.